Bonsoir, mon amours. C'est jeudi à soir. It's Thursty Thursday. How is everyone? I'm great. I had a day off today. It was very chill, pensive. It was raining this morning, so I was very relaxed. And I went and did some fun errands. I was on the side of town with a mall that happens to have like the better stores. And I saw a girl walking across the street and she had this bag from a store that I really like. And I was like, okay, well, I must go in. It's a sign. And so I got this t-shirt today. It's super cute. It's like a halfie. It's like a shorty. And like this store, it's just got like great graphic tees and like cute boho dresses and boho stage duster, like whatever you call the drapey like kimono things that you wear over stuff. I guess a kimono. They got that kind of things too. But yeah, cute stuff. So I dropped in, and then oh my god, the creme de la creme, the piece de la resistance, or de resistance, or you know what I mean. The piece de resistance. I'm trash, forgive me. Was a white jumpsuit. Oh my god, skin tight with like cutouts, like triangular shaped cutouts in the rib cage, and then like white puff sleeves, low cut front shirt, and then like bell bottom zip up back. The cutest thing on earth. Loved it. Fit like a glove, so got that too. So very excited for my purchases. Glad you guys can share my love of fashion and foods and gardening and all of my things that I nerd out about. So pleased to share it with you. Okay, so what we're really here for though is our weekly romance reading. We're going to take a look into our love lives. And you know, I've been so busy, but I've been meaning to go back and watch that full moon workshop again because it was on my birthday. I was fairly distracted that day, but I remember it was a mixed bag because of the eclipse happening. So we're in the middle of eclipse season. So the first eclipse sort of started the catalyst, and it was a solar eclipse, excuse me. I've been out eating with my family for my mom's birthday, and we carved out at like a really great pizza pasta place, and I mean, we carved hard. So I'm like barely able to stay awake right now. I'm so happy with like cheese and pizza in my guts. So yeah, so we had the solar eclipse. That probably brought something out into the open. It probably exposed something or presented something, and then was like a catalytic event to begin an unfolding. The unfolding that should be transforming you and setting you up into your next chapter, into this new beginning. The thing is about eclipse season is that it's bookended. And so it starts with an eclipse and ends with an eclipse. And so there's a lot of chaos during the middle of that time. Not only that, we have a Mercury retrograde going on right now. So there was a lot of things happening, like with relationships shifting and changing and ending during that first eclipse. There may be a desire to want to fix the situation and jump right back in and get back together. That is always advised against in a Mercury retrograde. So maybe don't make any major life decisions if you can for the next 2 to 4 weeks. Let it all play out. Let yourself get to the other side of eclipse season and Mercury retrograde, because everything is very in flux right now. And so things can change very quickly. And so you may not feel the same in a couple of weeks. So now is not a good time to make any promises or any major decisions about changes as far as like things that haven't already been set into motion. It's like allow the transformation to happen, but it's like already started. So like now, I wouldn't like go back and like change, you know, like something, or like go back and try to redo something that you did, or, you know what I mean? Like like the trying to go back after like the initial catalyst has been put into motion is like the axe guy at the, when they, with the guillotine, or like, you know, with the what are they, the executionist, when he like swings the axe, it's like not taking a good enough swing, and then you have to go back and do it again. You want a good clean cut from the past so that you can have a fresh start moving forward. So yeah, just having said that, I would say just try to keep a low profile. Don't do anything too bold or too crazy, or too permanent over the next few weeks. But we already had a card come out, so let's see what we started with. Make the effort. Okay, so great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So things are very foggy right now. It's very uncertain. The best you can do is tune in to your heart of hearts and connect with your soul. And where is that leading you? Go in that direction and do your best to be as wise as you can. Act with integrity, with an open heart, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You may have to do courageous and bold things, and sometimes they may not seem logical. But tune in to the guidance that you are feeling led to take, and try to be brave and take a chance. It's anybody's game. It's a mixed bag. Things are up in the air, and probably very little is what it seems. I did go back through the straightforward oracle. It still had most of the cards stacked up in order from our reading. And I was just reading them off, like the first keyword sentences off the cards. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just like telling a story of this challenge that's playing out right now. It's like life had presented us with an opportunity for this next start. And so it was our kind of our first test to see if we could embody the new self yet. If we could rise above our past, you know, patterning and conditioning, and if we could actually start to use our cause consciousness, using our restriction to pause. What a pleasure. Why is this in my movie? Why is this playing out for my ultimate unfoldment and transcendence and, you know, elevation of my soul? How is this playing out for that? What do I need to learn in this situation? How am I being invited to change, to grow, to overcome my past self? You know, so we're making the effort in every area of our life right now. I just keep seeing the bottom of the deck present to me, career and finances. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Many times, there may be feelings in a situation, but maybe financial obligations keep people from being able to move forward the way they want. And so it's a financial issue that's keeping the emotional issue stagnant. Money and love are connected. They're both ruled by Venus. So if you're having issues with one, it can affect the other, and vice versa. So perhaps money is affecting the other person in your love situation. It's funny because with our love readings, I mean, in general, no man is an island, right? Everything that we do in life involves other people and their growth and their soul contracts and their free will, right? But particularly in our romance reading, we are first learning how to love ourselves and deepen our own self-worth. But this is in context of our relationships with others. So it could be very possible that someone else's finances are affecting their ability to date or to pursue the way they want. Or there's a financial factor affecting the whole situation that is causing the challenge or the block. It could be that you need to build your finances more, and that needs to be what you focus on for the moment. Or there could be a potential for romance in your career with someone that you meet through like your trade or at work or through like a booking or something. So yeah, that just kept presenting itself, but I feel like maybe more so than feelings and emotions right now, finances are the things that are affecting the way that your love life is presenting to you right now. And it may even be like we've done so much emotional work that this might just be saying like, hey, like if this isn't just more like deep pattern work to do, you know, you're getting to the realm of maybe mundane, smaller issues being the picture. And not that finances are a small issue, they can be a very huge issue, but you know, it's maybe not a deeper issue than that. Let's just put it that way. You deserve love. You are lovable. Confirmation that maybe whatever, like if you feel like your love life is stagnant right now, or something is challenged or blocked, or something didn't work out, it may not have anything to do with you, or even there wasn't attraction or chemistry. Maybe it was just a financial issue. But just know that you are lovable and that you deserve love. Not only that, this does tie in with the Venus themes of love and money being connected. Love and money are affected by our sense of self-worth, our love for ourselves. And so, you know, that means that when we go to jobs, like it's like, what will you put up with? What will you tolerate? What will you demand for yourself? You know, what are your standards? What kinds of jobs are you willing to do and not willing to do, right? Same applies for your love life. What will you tolerate and what will you not? What are your preferences? What are your deal breakers? You know, what are your boundaries? What are your expectations? Like, what are the things that you're willing to compromise on and that are just preferences, and what are like core needs? And so those things, you can't really stand up for yourself and enforce those if you don't have enough self-love. Because if you don't have enough self-love and someone comes around and they are a very shiny object and they're giving you like a little bit of the things that you want, but they're not giving you all of it, and you know, maybe they're crossing a line or they're guilty of a deal breaker and you're just trying to like make it work, like that's because you're not having enough self-love and you don't have enough trust. The universe can send you something that's the full package and that's everything that you want and everything that you deserve. And I mean, it's not to say that like you have to qualify and like what is it that you want, right? Are you getting too caught up about things like height and like shit like that? I'm talking about like really important things that are like the core things that like get you excited, get you turned on, like make you feel secure and protected, and you know, like you can flourish within a relationship, right? So it's like if you don't feel like you deserve love, then you're going to tolerate a lot more because you're going to think that you're not, there's nobody out there that's going to do those things for you, right? So it's you that has to do those things for you. And it's you that if somebody isn't acting right, you're going to have to be the one to put your foot down, and you have to make your needs known and communicate that. And if somebody isn't willing, then you have to be the strong one to walk away. And so that's how you demonstrate to the universe that you love yourself and that you have this self-worth. And it makes you even more magnetic. And so it draws in, you know, people who are more in alignment for what you're calling in, for what your self-worth says that you are ready to receive. Speaking of magnetic, I have a link below. I've talked about this a million times. If you're new to the channel, you may not have heard me talk about this before. But two of the main things that I do for my spiritual work: one, I'm a student of the Kabbalah Center, and I am a member of their like monthly membership. So I take a lot of classes through the Kabbalah Center. I also am a member of To Be Magnetic, which is a website with a lot of workshops to take you through different issues in your life that may be blocked, that you're trying to manifest things in. So it's about reprogramming your neural pathways and like reprogramming your subconscious, and then also setting your goals in love, money, boundaries. There's different categories of workshops that have to do with different major categories of your life. And so if you're a member of the website, you get like access to all the workshops, which is like the best way to do it. It's like $30 a month. And that way you can take your time and like go through them like gradually or at your own pace or whatever. But you can actually follow a link below in my description box. They finally set up an affiliate program, and I've been like singing their praises forever. But if you've never heard of them, I would first suggest going to their podcast. It's called Expanded, and it's by the company To Be Magnetic. And they do a lot of episodes that take you through their process. It's like a person that's done a bunch of their workshops and has manifested a whole bunch of things, and they'll tell their story. Or there's other episodes that are just about like breaking down their scientific process that they go through, because they have all these like meditative exercises that are hypnotic. And so during those, you rewrite your neural pathways, and you go back and deal with some of these like earlier traumas or past relationship traumas or childhood stuff and whatnot. And you resolve so much of this. It's the most effective thing on earth that I've ever used, other than Your Life in Color, the book by Dougal Fraser. Unbelievably effective, that book. But yeah, so To Be Magnetic. You can listen to the podcast, you can get an idea of like their methods or whatever. But it's it's like $30 a month. It's not that much at all. But if you like from now on in my videos, if you're thinking like, oh, I want to do that, I've got to go back and like find that link again, I'm just going to have it in my description box from now on. But yeah, you can follow my link and sign up for their membership. And if you go through my link, then I get like some kind of commission on it. So that'd be nice. But yeah, no pressure. It's whatever. But that's what I can't tell people enough about it. And so many people that I've told about it are like, oh my God, I listened to the podcast, I already manifested something. So crazy. Oh my God. Okay. So career and finances have been an issue. So it's not that you don't deserve love. It's not that the feelings weren't reciprocated, or it's not that it's like you've got too much work to do on yourself and like you're so far away from being able to be in a relationship. That's not it at all. Okay. It's just some small things that need to be adjusted. Maybe, some turbulence happened during the eclipses, right? So things can shake out a lot differently in the next 3 weeks. I don't know what you guys witnessed during the new moon eclipse day, but I saw some major things happen, like tower moments in a day. So that's coming up again soon. And so the first thing that was the sun, the solar eclipse, which exposed what was going on, right? And it shook things up. And it probably did something to the physical, material aspect of that paradigm. The lunar eclipse is going to reveal how you really feel now. Like all of it is going to settle, and all the work that you've done leading up into your life to this moment and this new person that you're being resurrected and reborn as, it's like, okay, big stuff happened during that solar eclipse to show you like, okay, this is a yes, this is a no, this is coming, this is going. All that took place, maybe tower moments that like shook things and pushed things and moved things that you had no control over. Now, all of it is like still in this imaginal cell soup, like in the cocoon of a butterfly cocoon. And so the lunar eclipse is going to reveal like finally how you've settled and how you really feel about things, and how you feel secure and how you feel at home in your life, and like how you need to feel emotionally supported and secure in your life going forward. This is going to be very emotionally revealing solar eclipse. So yeah, don't lose hope. A lot can still happen. I mean, we're only in the third quarter, people. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Okay, so if you are wondering like, all right, I mean, should I just, take my shot and shoot my shot and see what happens? Like, apparently make the effort It's not that like the feelings aren't there. There's different degrees of being like express your love and making the effort. It could be in small, subtle ways. It doesn't have to be like throwing rocks at someone's window and holding up the boom box. Although, wouldn't that be awesome? I would probably die if somebody like threw rocks at my window and like held up the boom box like and say anything. I don't know if you guys have not seen that movie. It's John Cusack in the 80s in like one of those rom-coms. I don't know if it was John Hughes, like the other Brat Pack movies. It may have been, but it was slightly off from his style, so I'm not sure if it was him or not, but a really good one. Anyway, go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So I would say this card, take it a step up from flirting. Like, flirting is fun. Flirting is lighthearted. Flirting gets the tension going and shows the interest. But I think that at this level or at this moment or this card is like adjusting the dial just slightly for a little bit more vulnerability and sincerity. So maybe warmth, kindness, compassion, but dollops. Like when people are too sweet, too accommodating, too giving, too generous, it's not attractive anymore. It's just not. I've been watching episodes of Love Connection, like the old show from like the 80s and 90s, and it's hilarious. I love it. But it's so amazing watching these shows because this is before reality TV. This is before all the dating shows, all of the like the sensationalizing of the serious game playing. Like there's never been a more egotistical time in love than now, I don't think. I mean, people are so like coercive and insane. But like this one guy was being given like, it was like he was like more of like a middle-aged dude, and he was like a cowboy for a ranch, and he was being given these like options of women. And this one lady, she was like more romantic, she likes poetry, she likes a lover to cook with. And then this other lady like told kind of a funny story. And then the one lady, the last lady, she was like, I mean, I'll give anybody a chance, I'll give anybody my heart, just don't screw me over. And then everybody in the audience was just like, ugh. Like it was so crazy. It was like everybody was just so much more like a little bit more practical and more well adjusted and a little bit healthier back then, even though they were very like behind in some ways. I think people were I don't know, they kind of were more like reasonable, they were less traumatized, they were less jaded, and they're more honest. But I think also like really toxic patterns were more obvious too. Like the lady that was like, I'll give anybody a chance. So you know what I mean? Like when you are a little bit difficult, it actually adds a little bit more chemistry. It really does. Let's pull one more card to finish. Since I just, I took career and finances off the bottom. Not that doesn't count. It's just, I don't know why, but I just wanted to finish with one more. Oh, separation and free yourself. Okay. All right. I mean, sometimes I don't get into like these specific sort of like soap opera, like theatrical, like storylines, but like I see them a lot. And I feel like today's reading, it's like, that's kind of the main thing. And it really ties in to our like Monday, Wednesday, Friday readings that have been going on about situations being in flux and things are changing around you, and to just be sitting in temperance with hands open, non-attachment, in serenity, like letting what wants to come, let what wants to go, and like let everything settle. And when you are in absolute peace, it will all come to you. And so this separation and free yourself makes me think, and it's like, make the effort, express your love, career and finances, you deserve love. It's like, it makes me feel like there may have been a false start in something, because maybe somebody came out of a situation and they felt like they had to go back for financial reasons. And maybe it's not that there wasn't like mutual attraction, and it's not that you don't deserve like to be with someone that's also like, you know, mutually feeling the same way back. Maybe it was just, we've also had the timing card come up a lot. I have my low battery warning, so I think it stopped the video. But we've also had a timing card come up a lot. So yeah, there's just a lot happening throughout eclipse season, and we always knew that there could be chaos going on right now. So that's why it's like, it's not a good time to like really jump in and start anything, because everything is in flux. So if you're out there dating, and I mean, like, there's different levels of dating. It's not all or nothing every time, right? So maybe someone you're seeing was also seeing other people or someone else. And maybe they were like getting out of a thing, and maybe they started dating some, you know, like maybe there's like a changing of the guards kind of a situation. And maybe like people who just broke up decided to get back together with the old person because that's what's comfortable, and because Mercury is in retrograde, and because of guilt, and because of financial issues, and because it's also complicated to try to figure out a new apartment and a new living situation, and can I afford the rent and all this stuff. Oh my God, maybe we can just work it out. Maybe I can stay for the rest of my life in a horrible, loveless romance, just because it's also overwhelming. How many of us have done that? I know I have. I know I've been in relationships where the breakup happened, and then we worked it out like in a couple of days, and then 6 months later it happened anyway. So I think we're kind of in that situation right here with free yourself and separation. And so you might be not quite getting what you want right now. And maybe this person who's in, or whatever party is in there, caught up in their mess, maybe it's not that person. Maybe it is. Who knows? But right now, cut yourself off from the situation mentally. Be warm, be open, handle it with grace. Remember, we had the balance card come up, right? It's like we have to handle the situation with delicate grace and balance, because we don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot. It might come back around later when the time is right. Sometimes there can be a right person, but it's at the wrong time, right? So don't lose hope, and don't write people off completely if there's not a real reason to write them off completely. Just take your energy back and put it on other options. It's never good to wait around for somebody else that doesn't have their shit figured out, ever. It doesn't hurry them up for you to be waiting. It doesn't help them for you to be waiting, and it certainly doesn't help you either, because they might never come around. They might not. They might never get it together. It doesn't matter how much more perfect you are for them, or how great you could be, or how happy you might be. Sometimes they just decide to like never get over it. So you move on, look for other options, make an effort in your love life for what you want. You can even keep like the friendly, open energy toward that person, but you can keep a very strong boundary that like you're a no-go until it's a clean beginning, right? Because that's your beginning too. We're all starting our new beginning, and we're all being challenged to stand up for ourselves and to be this new higher version of self, right? So we're going to be playing in these different dynamics, and we're going to be presented with old paradigms. And, you know, some of us are going to fall back into those old paradigms, and some of us are going to stand in the new ones. And so that's part of the simulation here, people. It's part of the improv. It's like, okay, all right, you're not going to come into the new paradigm with me yet? All right, wow, this is now my challenge. My quiz is to see if I can stand in my own strength and keep moving forward in the new paradigm, right? If the people come with you, great. If they don't, they're going to be challenged to deal with it. And maybe they'll catch up later. Maybe they won't. But You do not want to keep turning back into old patterns because they're going to get more and more and more uncomfortable. Your challenges are going to get more and more and more stern from the universe, and the consequences are going to be a lot sharper. So you've worked hard to get where you are. You've worked hard to earn the wisdom that you've earned. So embody that wisdom so you can reap the benefits, so you can yield the dividends of your investment. All right. Okay, you guys, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest theme that's affecting it right now. You do deserve love. You are lovable. It's not that issue. It doesn't have anything to do with you. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. Express your love. Be a loving person. Be warm. You can still be the flirty, friendly, warm person that you are and still have a boundary and be like, well, no. I can like you. I can think that you're cute, but I can also say no to myself. And I can say no to you too. And until things are right, then that's just the way it's going to be. I'm just going to have to like enjoy you as eye candy and, we'll wave from a distance. But you can still be flirty. You can still be like, hey, if you ever want to get it figured out, maybe, but I'm going to be off doing we're going to be off pursuing other options right now. Separation and free yourself. So this means two things. You might be separated from the storyline that you really want to be in. So you need to free yourself from that and go take your energy back, take your power back, and focus it on other things. Focus it on your life, on your dreams, on your goals, on meeting new people, on new options. Meanwhile, the other party over here needs to also think about if they need to separate and free themselves from a situation that they find themselves stuck in, right? Because this is a pattern that's keeping them trapped as well. So I hope everybody gets through the next couple of weeks of Mercury retrograde and eclipse season, and hopefully we all figure it out. It's been a mixed bag so far, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out in the end. Good luck for everyone. I hope that we all find love sooner or later. All right, y'all. Ciao.